So you guys wanted me to talk about the first pageant I ever entered because a lot of you have been reaching out to me about doing pageants and stuff like that. I've actually only been in 2 pageants. No, three in my life. And the first pageant I ever won was Miss Clump Shadows in Hollywood, Florida. It was the best experience of my life. And one of the most rewarding things, it taught me something many, many years ago. I was going to school at the time, and I had an odd job working at Pizza Hut, slinging pizzas to pay for my books and stuff. Now, the thing about this is I was on a tight budget. I lived alone. I had a tight budget, and my parents paid. My parents helped take care of me, but I had to, hustle my butt to pay for those books and things. But anyway, I wanted to enter the pageant so bad. I saw the advertisement in the David magazine. It was one of our gay publications in Fort Lauderdale. And I thought long and hard before I entered. I looked at the categories and I thought, I could do this. But I knew that the heavy hitters would be there. The girls that have been doing the pageants for many, many years. So I say to you, young people out there, never let anybody discourage you from doing something that you want to do. You just might never know the outcome unless you do it. Now, lesson learned is I decided to enter the competition. I got all my stuff from the flea market, the Oakland Park flea market, and I got my evening gown from the Goodwill, which was an old wedding dress. I paid this guy, I think $85 to redo the bottom because I wanted that big tulle bottom. So the waist was tight, satin, and then the tulle bottom. And what I did is I hot glued butterflies all over it and rhinestoned them. Beautiful, beautiful. In total, I paid about $115, $20 for the gown in total to have it done and rhinestone, do the whole thing, because I did most of it myself except for the part the guy sewed on the bottom. Fabulous. I was so excited about it. I got my opening piece, my presentation piece from the Oakland Park Flea Market. It was this little shimmy number, little leaf sequence number. It was cute. And I did, for my talent, I did Over the Rainbow. And one of my good friends he did the singing part for me, Over the Rainbow. And then I came out as Dorothy with the dog and all the balloons and everything in the place. When I finished, I just bawled my eyes out. I'm serious. It was like one more real, girl, I could have got an Oscar. Okay, I could have got an Oscar for that performance because the tears just was falling down out of my face because I didn't think, those girls didn't like me, and I had never done a pageant before in my life. And I went out there and I was just bawling for that talent. And when I finished, the whole room stood up. I was like, oh, I got this. I got this. I got this. So never let the people discourage you from doing what you want to do. Excuse me. Do what you want to do and be fabulous. I went out there for question and answer. I just gave my heart. I gave my heart. I just put it all out there. And I ended up winning the pageant. Out of 11 girls, a lot of them were divas that had been in the business a long time. And they kept calling me a tough act to follow. Yes, I was. I won the pageant. That's all that mattered to me. I won the pageant and everything. And that started my career. I was really excited about the whole thing. And to this day, that's my most fondest memory, is being Miss Clump Shadows. Yes, Hollywood, Florida. Even though I lived in Fort Lauderdale, I did the pageant in Hollywood. It was fabulous. I'll never forget that. I don't think the club's there anymore. But it was great. It was a great club, part of the LGBT Two-Spirit pronoun community. It was a great club, and it was my start. So thank you, Club Shadows, even though you might be gone and the building's a bunch of condos now, I'm probably sure that, or a casino. But anyway, that was my proudest moment. I won that pageant. Oh my God, 32 years ago. 32 years ago in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And that's one of my moments, my proudest moments of doing shows, and something I will never forget. So young people, never let anyone tell you that you cannot do it. And remember, I did everything on a dime. I didn't have a lot of money, so I went to the flea market, I went to the thrift store. My evening gown came from the thrift store. I went to the fabric store and bought some extra tooling, a whole thing of roll of tooling, and the guy sewed it on there. And I hot glued and rhinestoned everything else, and I ended up winning. I looked like $1 million. Yes, I did. I looked like I had spent $1 million. Those girls were out there in their beads and everything, and I was so jealous because I thought, oh my God, they're going to beat me. But they didn't. I won the pageant with integrity and truth. That's right. I just went out there and poured my soul out. The place stood up and I won. So never let anybody discourage you, young people. Never let anyone discourage you. And you heard that from Stephanie Stevens and Pronoun TV. Who would have thought? Pronoun TV. Who would have thought? Thank you, sir, out there for pushing me to do this. Thank you.